Now let's move on to your next topic, that is weighted average cost of capital. Under your weighted average cost of capital, illustration 1, the following is the capital structure and the firm's expected after tax component cost of the various source of finance. Okay, so this is the information which is given to you, that is sources of finance, amount expected after tax cost, equity share capital, retained earnings, preference share capital, and debt capital. Okay, the amount which is given to you is 6,50,000, 2,50,000, 1,50,000, 4,50,000. And what is the percentage after tax? That is 20%, 20%, 15%, and 12%. Okay, now let's move on to the solution. And this is the formula which you will be using in order to calculate your weighted average cost of capital. That is summation capital XW divided by summation W. Okay, now take down the 4 columns. Now the columns you need to prepare is the sources of funds. That is, sources of funds is nothing but the sources of finance as it is, and take the amount as it is. Now what you have to find out is, you need to find out your capital X and your proportion. Okay, you need to find out your proportion, you need to find out your after tax cost, and you need to find out your XW, which will be your product. Okay, now after you take down the amount, you will have to find out the proportion. Now let us just work out the first problem. Okay, now your amount which is given to you in the question, your equity share capital is 6,50,000, 2,50,000, 1,50,000, and 4,50,000. Okay, now take the total of this particular column: 6,50,000, 6,50,000, 2,50,000, 1,50,000, and 4,50,000, which will give you 15 lakhs. Okay, now based on this you will have to find out your proportion, that is W. Now 6,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs. Okay, 6,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs will give you 0.433 into 100. Okay, 6,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs is 0.433 into 100 will give you 43.33. Similarly, you will do it for everything, that is 43.33. Now 2,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs into 100 will give you 16.66, 6 or 67. Okay, 1,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs into 100 will give you 10%. Okay, then 4,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs into 100 will give you 30. Okay, now you found out your proportion. This is how you find out your proportion, that is your amount divided by the total, which will give you your proportion. Okay, now what is after tax? After tax is already given to you in the question itself. It says after tax is given, expected after tax cost, that is 20, 20, 15, and 12. Okay, take it down: 20, 20, 15, and 12. Now how will you find out your product? You will find out your product XW by multiply proportion and after tax cost. That is 43.33 into 20. Okay, that will give you 866.6. Then 16.67 into 20 will give you 333.4. Okay, then 10 into 15 will give you 150, and 30 into 12, that is 360. Now take the total of the product XW, that is 866.6 plus 33.4, okay, plus 150 plus 360. Okay, that is 1710. Now substitute in the form of formula. Now when you're substituting in the form of formula, you have to say weighted average cost of capital is equal to summation XW divided by summation W. Now summation XW is your product, that is 1710, divided by summation W, that is your proportion. Your proportion is 43.33 plus 16.67 plus 10 plus 30. Okay, which will give you 100, divided by 100, that is 1710 divided by 100 is 17.1%. This is your weighted average cost of cost of capital. Similarly, you will be doing it for your other problems as well. Okay, now moving on to your next illustration, you have illustration 2. A company has the following capital structure. Find out the weighted average cost of capital. You have your securities, you have your book values, and you have your after tax cost. Okay, now what will you be doing in this is similarly to your previous problem, but here you will not be taking into but here you will be dividing again how we calculated for the proportion in the previous problem. You will be calculating the proportion on your book value, and also you will be considering your percentage. So to begin with the solution, that is the solution statement showing weighted average cost of capital. Okay, firstly you will take down the securities. Okay, securities column, that is equity, retained earnings, preference capital, and debentures. Okay, now your next column is going to be your proportion. You can also take down your book value as your next column and then the next column as proportion, but if the book value is very clear, you can take the total right there and take the proportion column. Okay, your proportion is your W, capital W, that is 10 lakhs, because the total is already given to you, so you do not have to take a separate book value column. Okay, so 10 lakhs divided by 26 lakh into 100 will give you 38%. Okay, 38. Okay, next is 4 lakh divided by 26 lakh. 4 lakh divided by 26 lakhs into 100 will give you 15%. Why are we not taking 0.38 is because it is less than 5. That is the only reason. Next is again 4 lakhs divided by 26 is again 15 into 100. That is, next is 8 lakhs divided by 26 lakhs into 100 is 30.76. That will be your 32%. Okay, now after your proportion column is your after tax column. Now for your after tax will be your X, that will be your capital X. Now 12%, you cannot take it as it is, so it will be 12 divided by 100, that is 0.12. Okay, then next is 8%, 8 divided by 100, that is 0.08. Next is 14%, 0.14.